Jai Shri Mahakal, good morning. And sorry for the my late arrival because of the traffic of Mumbai. The Hotelier Summit, and they have invited me to speak at the inaugural. I was wondering why, even while I was coming, that what I'm going to speak, but then this is such an important, complete business world where inclusion, in a very beautiful way, it could be done. Where India is moving in its, we talk about GDP growth, we talk about income, and we talk about all the economics, but there, we leave certain people behind. And as a business house, as a service provider, what hoteliers around this country can do in the world of inclusion of people who are not been included. There are best examples. I have been physically special children or special people, how they have been included. I should give you one example of my life. When I went for the first time to Bangkok, of course, Bangkok is a hub for many things, but it is the United Nations regional head offices in Bangkok. We established our Asia-Pacific Transgender Network there, Asia-Pacific Coalition of Male Sexual Health, Asia-Pacific Sex Workers Network, everything, all the offices are over there itself. And I have been on several boards, and I happened to be to Bangkok. And there, for the first time, I see a transgender person as a receptionist in one, Windsor Palace, I believe the hotel's name was. That was the first hotel where I walked in. And it amazed me. It amazed me because that I had never seen in my country that. And I'm talking around 16, 17 years ago. And that gave me a complete, then I went to MBK, I believe I went to one mall, and every shop over there had one or two transgender person working, and it really, that also added in my whole activism where we went to the Supreme Court. I, Gauri Sawant, Ernest Narona, two were the petitioners. I was the intervener in the Nalsa judgment, the Supreme Court verdict on third gender in 2014. The place where you work and where inclusion, see, nowadays what has happened with the transgender community, we have become the hot potato of the CSR fundings. Hot potato which can be sold in the social sector. कि हम ट्रांसजेंडर्स के साथ काम करते हैं, फोटोज़ खिंचा लिए, 4 दिन के लिए काम दे दिए, and again back to square one. There are several offers which keeps on coming to my organization, to my other organization, to our networks, but we are always worried that how inclusion should be done. What is your workplace policies? Every business house has its own HR policies, has its own business policies. And there has been beautiful example in different sectors where our community members have been working. My whole life, I believe, like more than 80% of my life has been only into traveling and staying into hotels, nothing else. I've traveled the globe. In 1999, I started working in the field of HIV/AIDS. Then sex workers issues, Adivasis, tribals, gender, name the things which I have done. Acted, done reality shows, written books. And now I'm in the world of religion. Now I'm Acharya Mahamandaleshwar. We established our own akhada also of the Vedic Sanatan Dharma. So my life right from 1999, and before that I was a model coordinator, I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, I had my own dance school. So my life has been always, I have stayed in my bags. And there are certain hotels is like my family, And around the globe, I have certain hotels. Like in Amsterdam, if I go, then it is only one hotel I'll stay. Whoever calls me, they have to book me in the Lloyd Hotel itself. So like in Delhi, I'm there, then I'm in the Lalit itself. And then there are many other hotels, like Bangkok, there is the Park Hotel. So there are certain hotels where you make people like us who keep on traveling, it becomes a family. The staff becomes your own family member. And that's the beauty of traveling. And beauty of good staff, beauty of welcome. Of course, it's hospitality, and how beautifully you do it, that brings a complete change in business. Now, recently, when we were thinking about inclusion, and there is now the government policy that inclusion has to be done in a very beautiful way, I would again pull you where I stopped talking about workplace policies. Where women's security is questionable in a country, there a trans woman or a transgender person's security becomes a responsibility of the staff of the hotel owners and those houses who own these range of hotels. Of course, early in the morning and the first day, you all are getting these dose of, telling you what to do. Everybody, who is she to tell? But of course, you're masters in your job. You all are heroes. You all are running your own business. You're minting money. But I know what my people want because I have lived my life, and their life and my life is same. Okay, only one thing could be different is that my parents accepted me. I had the best of the education. They never disowned me, so I never had to sell my body to even cook food at my house. I had always had a good bed, food to eat in my house, so I never thought about anything. I never had to stand at a signal and beg, even after having a double MA degree, still standing at a signal and begging. So such kind of situations are there of thousands and thousands of my own people. How do we bring out change? We need to train them the way they want to get trained. We cannot sit in an air-conditioned hotel or in a room and decide what they want. People are very presentable. What you all see, there are cross-dressers, so after all the five fingers are not same. There are, like now recently, we are, as Astitva, my organization, we are grooming people to be a hostess of clubs across India, and quite well-spoken English, well-educated. They know to take care of themselves, but still. So it's all about how and what you want, and how you all can be people setting examples across the globe. Our lives, change will happen, and change is inevitable. Our lives will be changing. People for my community will be, because see, it was when I started in 1999, when we started Asia's first transgender organization, I never thought what would be my future. I never thought I would be famous. I never thought I would travel. But of course, whichever friends I got, to touch wood, I had the best of people around me. My parents, my friends, who were quite supportive. My publishers, whether it's Oxford or whether it is Penguin Random House, and all people around me. The best example, it's drag queen, but still, Kitty Sue is Lalit's property, and how beautifully they have done it. And Lalit, after talking to Keshav Suri, he's one of the best example as a hotelier. There are trans men from female to male who have become. There are trans men who are working and nobody could even guess who are they. There are trans women who are working. Nobody would tell who are they. And they are on proper time to time, scheduled time, how it is, that kind of a job. And I really love that. And that can be another example, and you as hoteliers can, like Kitty Sue, you can make so many other properties. It's a competitive market. Doors are open to you. We want to our community people really want a life with dignity. And the biggest sorrow in this world is the sorrow of being felt unloved. And that sorrow my sisters really feel, because they are unloved by their parents, friends, brothers, sister, family. They are made to feel that they are no wanted child of that house. They are thrown out at a very young age, where they have to really go through the atrocities of the world. 1 minute. And the biggest strength, what my sisters have, the strength not to give up. We really have that strength, that we have that art, that we won't surrender over the atrocities what we face every second. And you, as business houses, as hoteliers, can really tap into that workforce which can really bring a change in your whole working society. And one thing is sure, if given love, we know what is the value of love, what is the value of acceptance, what is the value of treating a person as a human. I'm sure you won't find as good employee as any transgender person. That's why we have a history where the kings, the nawabs, the sultan always trusted the trans community. I welcome you all for this summit, where you all individuals can go back with something beautiful, with something new, with something charismatic. And me, as Laxmi Narayan Tripathi Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Kinnara Akhada, can only pray that my Mahakal brings success and happiness in all your lives. May God bless you. Jai Shri Mahakal. Shambhu.
Thank you very much, Shri Laxmi Narayan Tripathi ji, for sharing your inspirational story with us about how it's important for all of us to feel loved. You know, we keep developing five-star hotels, world-class hotels, but that element of feeling loved, that giving that love to the guests, is something that is extremely important regardless of what we're trying to achieve. So thank you very much for that key insight, as well as several others. As a token of our appreciation for spending your valuable time with us this morning, we'd like to hand over a memento to you. I'd like to request our director Ganesh to come onto the stage and hand over a memento. It's a real-time photograph of you taken a few minutes back, delivering the keynote speech to all of us today.